Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. I'm Sammy, your host. What if everything you've been taught about happiness is actually making you miserable? What if the very pursuit of happiness is the trap itself? Today we explore a revolutionary approach to emotional well-being from clinical psychologist Russ Harris and his transformative book, The Happiness Trap. Harris opens with a startling observation. Despite living in an age of unprecedented comfort and opportunity, rates of depression, anxiety, and stress continue to climb. He argues that Western society has sold us 4 powerful myths about happiness. First, that happiness is our natural state. Second, that if we're not happy, something is wrong with us. Third, that we should be able to control our negative thoughts and feelings. And fourth, that we should actively pursue happiness above all else. These beliefs, Harris explains, create what he calls the happiness trap. The more desperately we chase positive feelings and try to eliminate negative ones, the more we suffer. It's like quicksand. The harder we struggle, the deeper we sink. The book introduces us to acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, a scientifically validated approach to psychological flexibility. Harris presents ACT through 6 core principles that work together to free us from the happiness trap. The first principle is defusion. Our minds constantly produce thoughts, and we tend to believe every single one of them. We fuse with our thoughts, treating them as absolute truths or commands we must obey. Defusion means learning to step back and observe our thoughts as simply words and pictures in our heads. Harris teaches techniques like saying, "I'm having the thought that," before any negative thought, which creates distance between you and the mental chatter. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. The second principle is expansion, which relates to how we handle difficult emotions. Most of us try to avoid, suppress, or control painful feelings. Harris argues this is exhausting and ultimately futile. Instead, expansion means opening up and making room for uncomfortable feelings without fighting them. When we stop struggling against anxiety, sadness, or fear, these emotions lose much of their power over us. They become like waves that rise and fall while we remain anchored. Third is connection, the practice of bringing full awareness to our present moment experience. Rather than being lost in thoughts about the past or future, we learn to engage fully with whatever is happening right now. This is mindfulness in action, noticing what we see, hear, feel, and do with curiosity rather than judgment. The fourth principle is the observing self. Harris distinguishes between the thinking self, which produces all our thoughts and beliefs, and the observing self, which is the part of us that notices we are thinking. This awareness behind our thoughts never changes, even as our thoughts and feelings constantly shift. Connecting with this deeper self provides a sense of stability and perspective during emotional storms. Fifth is values clarification. Harris asks us to consider what truly matters to us. What kind of person do we want to be? What do we want our life to stand for? Values are not goals to achieve, but directions to move toward, like heading west rather than reaching a specific destination. When we clarify our values, we have an internal compass guiding our choices. The sixth and final principle is committed action. Knowing our values is not enough. We must take action aligned with them, even when it feels uncomfortable. Harris emphasizes that meaningful lives involve discomfort, challenge, and difficult emotions. The goal is not to feel good, but to live well. Harris weaves these principles together into a powerful reframe. True psychological health is not about feeling happy all the time. It is about being present, opening up to experience, and doing what matters. This is what he calls psychological flexibility. The ability to be in the present moment with full awareness and, based on the situation, to change or persist in behavior aligned with your values. The happiness trap reminds us that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. When we stop fighting against our inner experiences and start living according to what we truly value, we discover something far more satisfying than fleeting happiness. We find meaning, purpose, and a rich, full life. Thank you for tuning in to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. If you enjoyed this summary, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Until next time, happy reading.